did you ever play past the junior varsity level of basketball?
Well, I got asked to leave the varsity team. So, yes, I did play varsity basketball, but I got asked to leave.
And why did you get asked to leave?
Creative differences with the coach.
And what kind of creative differences?
He thought that I was probably a little bit better at football, and they were like, we don't want to risk you getting hurt and taking your time, so we need to get you out to run track and play football. So they said it's probably the best thing for you.
DC ain't even make JVT. I love it.
I 100% did, and I was asked to leave. And, there's a lot of people out there that know why and that can stay. It's not something we need to dig up.
It was fighting was involved, if I'm not mistaken, correct? You beat somebody. Basically, you bullied somebody.
I was a lover, not a fighter, and I have the daughter to prove it, So
Welcome to Big B Daily. No frauds allowed.
What is going on, everybody? Man, welcome to Big B Daily. It is Friday. It is a good Friday, people. Having some fun today, man. Look, I get it. The Derby is right around the corner. It's tomorrow. The Oaks is today. We're having some fun today. Daggone it, we're going to have some fun today. So this is the way that it is. This is just the way that it is. I'm from Louisville. I'm in the spirit. The pomp and circumstance is going absolutely wild. I don't care. We're going to have some fun today. What is going on, Goon Squad? I appreciate everybody being here, man. We got a lot to cover today. Look, first, Antonio Brown. Now, this came out a couple of days ago. Dude is absolutely insane. He's retiring, but as a Raider who he never played not one single snap for. At some point, you just have to throw your hands up, man. Then Jalen Brunson and the Knicks, they win Game 6. Brunson 3 games in a row with 40 points or more. Is he the best Knick in the last 40 years? 50 years? Is he? I don't know, but we're going to get into it. And then finally, we're going to talk a little bit of Derby today. Now, look, I admit I've done no research on Derby horses. I've done none. But we're going to pick a Derby horse today, people. We are going to pick a winner today. So what is going on, Goon Squad? I appreciate everybody being here. Again, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Time, live, Big B Daily. We are here. We appreciate everybody showing up. Thank you guys for being here. We love you. Thank you. Again, if you like what we're doing and you want to try to support the program, always a plethora of ways that you can do so. Please click the links in the bio. You know how to do that. Information is in there on how you want to support the show, as well as continuing to like, follow, subscribe, share the live, all those good things, man. We appreciate everybody being here. Let's get after it. So the first thing, Antonio Brown. Now, look here, Goon Squad. Antonio Brown, I think the 6-year stretch that he had I don't think it's matched in the NFL. I really don't. I think the 6-year stretch that he had is unmatched. But unfortunately, careers last longer than that. And he has completely lost his marbles. I have no idea what's going on with Antonio Brown. A lot of people want to say it's CTE. Maybe he was always this way. Maybe that's his stick now. I don't think Antonio Brown's a dumb human being. I've never thought that. He makes dumb decisions, but I don't think he's dumb. And I think his way of staying in the spotlight is acting this way. And people keep putting attention on him. And now he's retired, and he's retiring as a Raider. So, as a team that he never, ever played for. I just don't get it. I don't get it. But it is what it is. But he never played for the Raiders. He's retiring as a Raider. I don't understand it. I literally don't understand it. I guess this is his way, though. I guess this is his way of staying in the spotlight. You know, he's got CT ESPN is his Twitter or Twitter/X, however you want to do it. So yeah, man, the most trusted network in sport. The thing about it is, some of the stuff that he's put out on CT ESPN has been right. Some of the stuff that he's put out there has been right. But this whole retiring as a Raider thing, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, seriously, what are you doing? And to me, the Hall of Fame is pretty much no nonsense. Like, if he gets into the Hall of Fame, which I don't think there's any doubt that he's a Hall of Famer. Now, whether they put him in now or they make him wait because of what he's done and how his career ended, we'll have to see. I don't even think there's any seeing. They're going to make him wait. But they're not going to let him go into the Hall of Fame as a Raider. They're not going to do that. Hall of Fame is no nonsense when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, AB is the next Nostradamus. I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out. But hey, man, if this is the stick, this is the stick. Like I said, I don't believe for a second that AB is dumb. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I don't think he's a dumb person. I think he makes dumb decisions. I think he's made some dumb mistakes, but I don't believe he's dumb at all. So, Darren Howard wants to retire as a philanthropic billionaire. I get it. My man Paul wants to retire as Steeler. I mean, now we're just retiring as anything. We just retire as anything. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. But whatever. Whatever. It's crazy. It's just crazy. But hey, man, I don't know I don't even know what to do or say with AB. Like, he was so good. He was so good. And then he wandered out of Pittsburgh, which you know how that goes. Look, I'm a Steeler homer, and I admit that. But what happens to people that want out of Pittsburgh? Like, what happens to their career? We've seen it several times. Guys want to leave, and then they do leave. Plaxico Burress, he won a Super Bowl, but he shot himself in the leg. Ended his career. Santonio Holmes, Super Bowl MVP. Thought he was bigger than the team. Career was never the same. Le'Veon Bell, again, thought he was bigger than the team. Ended up sitting out a whole season. Gave up $13 million that he never made back, by the way. Took a contract that was less than what the Steelers had originally offered him. Career was over. Antonio Brown. Now, he did win a Super Bowl with Tampa. But think about it. He leaves. He goes to Oakland. Gets traded. They sign him to a big contract. And what does he do? He comes out. He insults the quarterback, the coach, and the general manager. That was after he froze his feet. You know, he froze his feet. You can't forget that. I mean, how you go into a chamber and you freeze your feet? But whatever. You get frostbite on your feet, and then he's out of there. Doesn't play a snap for Oakland. Goes to New England. Moves in with Tom Brady. Next thing you know, he's out there. He's producing. But then he makes fun of the owner who got caught up in a scandal. We'll just call it a scandal. And Lord have mercy. That's what happens when you leave the Steelers, man. You don't want to be leaving the Steelers. You got to stay. Now, the Steelers can get rid of you, but you badmouth the Steelers, your career is over. Look at Chase Claypool. Look at Chase Claypool. Thought he was better than the team. Thought he was the greatest. The man can't even play in the UFL right now. Not even going to be on a UFL roster. And I'm telling you, people, it's a thing. It's a thing. Emmanuel Sanders, somebody said Emmanuel Sanders didn't have anything bad to say about Pittsburgh. He didn't go, oh, screw the Steelers. Not to mention Emmanuel Sanders, I think the Steelers chose Antonio Brown. So there's a difference. There's a difference. Like I said, you can leave. You just can't badmouth the Steelers on the way out the door. That's the thing. You can't act like an idiot and then badmouth them out the door. Somebody saying Rod Woodson. Yeah, Rod Woodson didn't badmouth the Steelers. The Steelers chose to move on from Rod Woodson, which was a huge mistake, by the way. Huge mistake. Bill Cowher, horrible mistake. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But like I said, that's just what happens. And somebody's saying, well, AB got a Super Bowl ring. And he did. He did. Playing as the third receiver on the team. He did. Having said that, his career was never the same as what it was in Pittsburgh. And it could have been. Like, he wasn't done playing football. Hell, I think he could be productive even right now. But he wasn't done playing football. But it is what it is, man. It just, like I said, I think AB is a Hall of Famer. I think that 6-year stretch was the most dominant 6-year stretch that a wide receiver's ever had in the NFL. I don't think he's the best. But if you don't think that Antonio Brown, just on the field, is top 10, top 12 receiver in NFL history, you're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself. Because he is. And that pains me to say because of how he sabotaged us. But he is, man. He just is. Let's go to some comments here. There was an exceptionally violent playoff game between the Steelers and Bengals where he got knocked off, where he got rocked, and he was never the same. Nah, see, a lot of people, Ryan, talk about that Vontaze Burfict hit. I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it. There's lots of people that got hit that haven't gone bonkers. But I get your point, though. I get your point. You know, I do get your point. So I 100% understand. 100%. We got a poll that came up. Does AB eventually get into the Hall of Fame? 62% of y'all say no. No? No, man. No. AB gets into the Hall of Fame. There ain't no way that you can keep AB out of the Hall of Fame. There's no way. No way. So, my man Redneck Patriot said, I bleed black and blue, but I'm over AB. Head case, big mouth, not entertaining. Look, as of now, yes. But if he could have kept it together and not badmouth Ben, I could have dealt with the antics because he produced on the field. That's all I cared about. You got to go to practice. He stopped going to practice and doing all that stuff, and it was time for him to be gone. But if he could have kept it together, I mean, it is what it is. AD, which I think you meant AB, ain't no Hall of Fame, is ludicrous. Got to watch more football, man. If you don't think Antonio Brown's a Hall of Famer, got to watch more football. AB gets in. He might have a ring, but he's got the stat. Yeah, no, he does have a ring. Remember, AB won a ring with Tampa. So, yeah, see, Sacho, I'm not buying it either, man. I'm not buying it either. I think AB, I think his thing is this is how he can stay relevant. I'm not buying that he's crazy. I don't think that he's crazy at all. I don't. Yes, he good. But you know, like I know, they will hold him out till he's 80. Yeah, they'll do that. They'll hold him out until he's 80 or until he passes away to put him in. He should be in, but you know how they are. People are finicky. And they will take his off-field antics. And here's the thing. Like, he wasn't causing trouble or causing problems during that 6-year dominant stretch. He wasn't causing problems. It was after that. It was after that. Basically, when Juju won offensive MVP and he got mad about that, And because he said he was the reason that Juju was open, which he was right, but you don't come out in the public and say that. You're making all this money. Everybody knows you're an all-pro. They gave it to this kid his first year in the league. Let it go. No reason to be jealous, but he was. And that's, that's kind of the way things go. That's kind of the way things go. So, I don't know, Redneck. You're saying he can't pay the people that he hires. I don't know that he can't pay them. He just won't. He just won't pay it. So, he just won't pay it. And maybe he is broke, but I'm not a pocket watcher, so I just don't do that. Is it a stunt? Maybe all good press, UFC, or Hollywood next step? Well, he ain't going to play or fight in the UFC. He's definitely not going to do that. And he's not going to Hollywood because as crazy as Hollywood is, you at least have to have some sense to go to Hollywood. So I don't think that's going to be it either. So I don't think that's either. My man, Houston Davis, there's no better time to segue into our next topic. Our man shows up in the flesh. You knew he was going to be here. You knew he was going to be here. He has got to be riding high today as we move on. As we move to the next topic, look, again, everybody, I appreciate you. If you're in here, thank you. Again, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., Big B Daily. We appreciate you. Again, you like what we're doing, want to support the show. Remember, like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share the live. Also, plethora of ways. Click the link in the bio. There's plenty of ways that you can get in and show how you want to support the show. We appreciate all of that, man. So thank you. AB Dancing with the Stars. I don't think so. But moving on. The New York Knicks last night. First of all, that was a great basketball game. Just back and forth. Knicks got out to a 22-point lead early. It looked like they could blow them out. But as we all know, NBA is a game of runs. The Philly fought immediately back and got back into the game. They were immediately back in it. And the next thing you know, it's nip and tuck the rest of the game. Philly get out to an 8-point lead. The Knicks fight back. Then the Knicks got out to an 8-point lead. They got out to an 8-point lead with like a minute and a half left. Philly said, nope, I don't care. We're coming back. Tie the game. And the Knicks take a 3-point lead, and they fouled this time. With 10 seconds to go, the Knicks fouled, which they failed to do in Game 5. They fouled. Good for them. Good for them. So, but Jalen Brunson, we got to talk about him. We got to talk about Jalen Brunson. Is he the best Knick that we have seen in the last 50 years? Like, I know Patrick Ewing. I'm not going to put him on the Patrick Ewing pedestal yet. I think Patrick Ewing is one of the most underrated players in NBA history. Just because Patrick Ewing didn't win a title because his teams couldn't beat Jordan's teams. But to me, he's better than Carmelo Anthony. I mean, Carmelo Anthony had a couple of stats. He had some stats. He scored the ball, but none of it equated to winning other than one season. None of it ever equated to winning. Anything. Regular season, postseason, nothing. And I know that's going to hurt some people's feelings because we love Melo. I love Melo. But y'all know me, I'm a truth teller. So is he the best Knick? Let's not say 50 years. Let's just say, is he the best Knick since Patrick Ewing? Because I think it is. I think it is. So I think that he's the best Knick since Patrick Ewing. Now, I know some people are going to argue, yeah, that ain't saying much, Brian, because the Knicks have been garbage since Patrick Ewing. That's fair. That is fair. I mean, what have the Knicks been? since Patrick Ewing. I mean, not much. Knicks haven't been much. So that is absolutely fair to talk about it. But today's not the day to bash on the Knicks. I'm going to give them their credit. I'm going to give the Knicks their credit. Let me go to the comments here. First off, we don't like Houston today. No, we don't. Because I tried to give him some credit, and the first thing he says, I told y'all. See, that's the problem. That's the problem with you Goon Squad people. I give you praise. I give you credit. And what do you do to me? You spit in my face. Lord have mercy. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. But it is what it is, man. It is. Here's a good question by Braden. Start, sit, cut. Brunson, Anthony Edwards, SGA. Look, as much as I love Brunson, Anthony Edwards and SGA are on different levels. They're on different levels. So, like I said, as much as I love them, they're better players. But regardless, that doesn't mean he's not a good player. That doesn't mean he's not a good player. So I'm going to give him his credit. I am definitely going to give him his credit. I got to fix something over here on another platform. Just give me 1 second. But yeah, I love Brunson, man. I love what he's done. I love the grit that he plays with. I love the fact that he seems to love being in New York and understands the history. So I like Brunson. My man Ty, the Knicks win surprised me. I thought 76ers were going to win at home. Yeah, I did too. I thought the series was going to go 7. I said it, Philly in 7. But that was after I said Philly in 6. So I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. It happens. It happens. So he's up there in front of Melo, says my man Sideshow. Yeah, buddy. Absolutely. And look, I'm not saying, look, you can think that Melo is a better basketball player. That's fine. But if it doesn't equate to winning, then what are we talking about? You know, Melo was great. The Knicks never did anything. Nobody was excited about the Knicks when he was there. It's because they sucked. People are excited about the Knicks now. And for me, that means a little bit more. Just means more. So, of course, Houston says it's not fair. He's tired of people hating on your Knicks. Are you tired of people hating on your Knicks, or are you tired of people just telling the truth about them? The Knicks sucked for 25 years. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that. I mean, that's not a secret. They did. They just did. They just weren't any good. Now they're good. Be happy. Be happy. My man Pat Cockrell. Do you think Do you think Dallas regrets letting Brunson go? I don't think they do. I mean, would you rather have Brunson or Kyrie? I mean, to me, that's an easy answer. We can love Brunson all we want. He is not Kyrie Irving. So no, they don't. Not to mention, Brunson needed his own team to be as effective as he's being right now. If you remember, when Luka was out, Brunson's last year in Dallas, when Luka was out, Brunson went ballistic. And that let everybody know, hey, maybe this guy needs to be the lead dog on a team. I know he's shorter, but maybe this guy needs to be a lead dog. Well, he's showing you, yeah, I can be a lead dog. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So, my man Paul Hollinger said, Philly in 8. I love it. I love it. So, I don't. My man Houston is just running off of the trap today, and we're going to have to ignore him. We're going to have to ignore some of this stuff. Now he's talking about Embiid can't be in the Philly greats. He won an MVP. Charles Barkley never did. I mean, and he's in the Philly great. Embiid's getting his jersey retired in Philly. You got to stop, bro. You got to stop. Who will finish as the greatest Knick thus far? 75% of people say Patrick Ewing. 12% said Carmelo Anthony. 12% said Jalen Brunson. And nobody said Jeremy Lin. What? Linsanity didn't get any votes? Come on, man. Why didn't Linsanity get any votes? Ugh. Oh, well. It is what it is. It is what it is. No Linsanity. No Linsanity. So, we'll see. We will see. I love what Brunson's doing, though. You don't have to like the Knicks, and I'm not a Knick hater because I mean, I think the NBA is better when the Knicks are better. I'll say that. But I'm not a Knick hater. I'm not a Knick fan. I do know this. When I went to a Knick game last year, it was one of the best experiences of my entire life. And I've done a lot of things in sports. Look, I didn't play professional, but I've done and accomplished a few things. And going to Madison Square Garden is right up there, people. It's right up there. I'm just telling you, just walking into the building was fun. Gave you goosebumps. All the people that you know that have gone in there. So people that go to Knick games all the time, it's not that big a deal. I'd never been to a Knick game in Madison Square Garden. It was a big deal. So I think the Knicks are better. I think the NBA is better when the Knicks are good. I do. I think they're better. So I think they are better when the Knicks are good. And the Knicks are good. So the Knicks are good. Darren Howard says, I'd rather have Brunson for longer. He's younger. Not as good as Kyrie, but points are points. To matter who looks, I don't know. I mean, you can say that, but I would rather have Kyrie on my basketball team. Kyrie's a better player to me. So, he's just a better player. I would rather have that. I mean, if we're talking long term, then that's something different. But as of right now, I would still take Kyrie. I would take Kyrie. So, I'm from New York. I've been to a Knick game. I know. Yeah, man, it's the Garden. Hey, like I said, the Garden is something different. It was something different. It just is. It just is. You know, people can say whatever they want. You can badmouth the Knicks, which I love doing. But the Knicks are playing good basketball right now, and they moved on to the second round. They sent Philly home. Speaking of stealing, I know we've been talking about Jalen Brunson, but I got to bring up somebody's name. Tobias Harris. Old Tobias Harris. Can I ask why he's, like, for instance, he's making $30+ million. He scored no points last night. He took 2 shots. A $30 million player, that might have been the most irrelevant performance that I've ever seen in my life of somebody that makes $30+ million. Like, did anybody even know that he was on the court? And I'm being serious. Like, did anybody know that Tobias Harris was playing last night? I just don't understand. I mean, Lord have mercy. 2 shots is all you could get up. No points, no factor, nothing. $30+ million. His dad, who's his agent. Look, I know we talk about Kirk Cousins being his agent being the greatest agent ever. And you can say that, but I think Tobias Harris's dad is the greatest agent ever. Because how does that guy make $30 million+ a year? And how does it happen? Oh my God. I mean, Lord have mercy. Yeah, exactly. Tobias Harris is still on the team. That was my first thought. But he took a shot in the fourth quarter. I was like, hey, I didn't realize Tobias Harris, he's still out there. I thought maybe he got hurt. No, he wasn't hurt. He's just terrible. And Phil, I know this is his last year. I mean, if I'm Tobias Harris, I mean, he could go somewhere else and just be a role player because that's what he's going to be. Unless he wants to go to a team that's not any good, which I got to think he wants to go to a team that's pretty good. But, you talk about fleecing the league. He fleeced the league. He fleeced Philly. Man. But good for him. Good for him. I don't begrudge people. Look, I'm an out-of-pocket watcher. So good for him. Go get all the money that you can, man. You don't have to be the best player. If somebody wants to give you that money, take it. Take it. So, take it. Take it. So, what are you saying? First off, they offered him $86 million and he turned it down. Well, they should have said, okay, thank you, goodbye. He got the money because he threatened to walk. They should have let him walk. Everybody knows the situation. They should have let him walk. He ain't that good. But, like I said, good for him. But, Lord have mercy, that was terrible last night. Terrible. All right, people, now we're going to move on. We are going to move on to what I really want to talk about today. Look, I am from Louisville, Kentucky. And this weekend is the weekend for Louisville, Kentucky to shine. The whole world is looking at Louisville, Kentucky. They do it every year. The first Saturday in May. It doesn't happen on a specific date. It's always the first Saturday in May. The greatest 2 minutes in sports, the Kentucky Derby. And it is happening on this Saturday. My wife is probably mad at me because her birthday is actually tomorrow, and I didn't take her. We went a couple years ago. We did the whole thing. But, yeah, man. Oh, my man, Brevin, says, I'm out in Louisville too. Let's go. See? I'm debating on whether I should get a last-minute flight and just fly down and be with the people. That's what I really want to do. I really want to just go be with the people. You know? But going to the Kentucky Derby, if you've never done it, you should do it. It's a spectacle. It is incredible. First of all, just like I'm dressed, you can go even crazier. And nobody's going to say anything. Because everybody's going to be crazy dressed just like you. Everybody's going to be crazy just like you. So it's a good time. It's a great time. It's not even a good time. It's a great time. You know, it's pomp and circumstance all day long. I mean, the pomp and circumstance started weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago. They have this kickoff. It's called Thunder over Louisville. It's the biggest fireworks display every year, except when there's Olympic year. The Olympics trumps Thunder over Louisville. But other than that, it is just a great time to be and see. And I say Louisville, so you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. But people that are from there, that's not what we say. We say Louisville. Louisville. So people that are watching that happen to be in Louisville, don't be mad at me, man. Don't be mad. I need people to understand what the hell I'm talking about. Because otherwise they won't know. They don't know. The Chow Wagon. My man was at the Chow Wagon a couple days ago. See? It's crazy. But the Kentucky Derby, first of all, Churchill Downs is incredible. They've redone it. They spent millions and millions of dollars redoing it. And you can't even, when you're driving up, you can't even really see Churchill Downs. Now you're thinking, oh man, it's this big racetrack. It holds 150,000 people. And it does. You can't even really see it. And then until you get there. And then you're like, oh my God, this place is gigantic. Excuse me. And it is. And it's incredible. And first off, I was talking to a buddy before I came on the show. We started the show today. Like, I'm not even sure they serve water at Churchill Downs during the Derby and during the Oaks. I'm not even sure they serve water. It is just nothing but whiskey and bourbon That's all you drink all day long. Everybody's tanked. It is a great time. Everybody's breath smells like alcohol. It is a good time. Yes, there's going to be some sloppy drunk people there. Doesn't matter. Good time. Yes, when you walk down by the paddock, does it smell like horse shit? Yes. Doesn't matter. Everybody's dressed up. Food is outstanding. Just a great time. Just a great time. Now, here's another thing. Like today is the Kentucky Oaks. And it's the Phillies. The Phillies. Hey, the ladies run today. So all you people out there that are mad about, well, why do they have to have men's and women's sports? Why do they separate them? Why don't they just let them all run together? They do it with horses. So you're telling me they can separate horses, but you don't want to separate humans? Get out of here. And again, there have been a few fillies that have run in the Kentucky Derby and have won. But for the most part, they separate them. So if they can separate freaking horses, then stop the nonsense about separating humans when it comes to playing basketball or running track. I mean, you don't see no woman in the 100 meters. Golly. But I don't want to get off on a tangent on that. I'm having a good day today. I'm having a good day today. So, but the bottom line is this, is if you haven't been to the Derby, you got to go. You got to go. You got to go. Go to the infield, get box tickets, whatever your budget allows, you do it. And you go. And you have a good time. You have a good time. Now, what we're going to do today, usually I pick horses. And when I say I pick horses, I'm not no handicapper. I go through the list. I look at a name or two. I decide on who I like and who I don't like. And then that's where we go. That's where we go. And today, people, damn it, that's what we're doing. So are some strategies to the Kentucky Derby. Like they have 20 horses that usually are in it. This year is no different. Every now and then you might get a horse scratch at the last minute. He's got a problem or something and can't run. But there's 20 positions, pole positions, or positions, post positions is what it's called. And you don't really want to be on the inside. Because as I was explaining to my friend, imagine you're like this and you're running around the track and everybody wants to get to the rail. But you don't want to start at the rail. Because if you start at the rail, all them horses are going to bang you around and smash you in. You got to get out quick. You got to get out quick. So post position number 1, I think it's called Donk or Dornock, 20-1. I don't like it. I don't like it, people. 20-1. I don't like it. I don't like it. Now, apparently, the porn star Sierra Leone is now in horse racing. That's at post position number 2. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I already saw somebody said that's who we need to bet on. 3-1 odds. Bad post position, though. Post position 2. That's not good. We're going Pat Goon Squad. We're not taking that. We're not doing that. We don't believe that Sierra Leone is going to get out quick enough to be a factor in the race. We don't believe it. Mystic Dan at post position number 3, 20-1. 20-1 is not horrible, but I don't like it. Now, here's where it gets a little interesting. Catching Freedom. The only thing I don't like about that, I'm a black man. Catching Freedom. I don't like the implications. I don't like the implications. I know y'all gonna say, come on, B, don't go down that road. Damn it, I'm going down that road. I don't like the implications. Catching Freedom. No. 8-1 odds. Not bad. Actually pretty good. I don't like it. And that's the only reason I don't like it. Catching Freedom. No. We're not betting on that. Now, Catalytic. Here lately, the last 2-3 years, there's been a crazy catalytic converter, people stealing them out of cars. 30-1 odds. I got a feeling catalytic converter is going to be one of them pace setter horses. Sets the pace, middle of the backstretch, going to come up lame. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. So, what kind of horses? My man Houston says, what kind of horses run in the Derby? Thoroughbreds. Thoroughbreds. Now, Just Steals at post position 6, 20-1. Don't like it. Post 7, Honor Marie, 20-1. Don't like it. Number 8, I love it. Just a Touch. We're going to have to make the decision. And I need y'all to help because this is going to be us. We're all betting. This is going to be us. So, Catching Freedom, we didn't like Catching Freedom. That wasn't a good name, but we can throw Catching Freedom in there. We can throw Catching Freedom in the mix. Another one to put in the mix is Just a Touch. Post position 8, good position. 10-1 odds. 10-1 odds. I like it. I like it. Track Phantom, post 11, 20-1. West Saratoga, post 12. You know what? We're going to throw West Saratoga in there. 50-1. 50-1. We're going to take those odds. We're going to take those odds. We can make some money. We can make some money, daggone it. So that's what we're looking. So that's another one that we're going to put in there. Post 13, Endless. I don't like it. It's going to be Endless running. It'll be 2 weeks later, and Endless will still be on the track trying to get around. We don't like that. 30-1 odds. Get out of here. Get out of here. Domestic Product at post 14. 30-1 odds. Don't like it. Grand Mo the First. The name is too long. What are we doing? Grand Mo the First? That name is too long. That don't go good with a Derby winner. And the Derby winner is Grand Mo the First. Get out of here. 50-1. Get out. No. Now, Fierceness. 16. Post 16. Odds are 5-2, people. 5-2. 5-2. And post 16. Now, that's a little further out there. Auxiliary Gate. That's a little further out there. But I like the odds. So we'll throw them into the mix before we make a decision. Stronghold, post 17, 20-10, or 20-1. Resilient, 20-1. Post 18, don't like it. Society Man, 50-1. We're going to throw Society Man in there just because 50-1. And then Epic Ride, post 20, 30-1. So let's go break this down. Let's break this down again, just so we know who we're picking. We said Catching Freedom. I do not like the name. I do not like the name Catching Freedom. But if that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing. Okay. I can live with it. Just a Touch, Just a Touch, I know they probably wanted to say Just the Tip. I guarantee you they wanted to make that the name, but the wife talked him out of it. So we got Just a Touch. 10-1. Then we got Forever Young, 10-1. Then we threw in West Saratoga at 50-1. We love those odds. And then we got Fierceness at 5-2. Then we said Society Man at 50-1. Who do we like, people? Who do we like? My man Ruben says 7 or 17. 7 or 17. Stronghold, 20-1. Honor Marie at 20-1. I like 7. I don't know that I like 17. What's the best position? Post position, everybody. 1 through 20. 1 through 20. A 10 is the best. 8, anywhere between 8 and 12 is the best. That's the best. 2, tricky. Now, does anybody like Sierra Leone at 3-1? Post position 2, got to remember. But if he can get out early, then we got a shot. Then they got a shot. I don't know, man. Let me think. Who do we like? Who do we like in this derby? Who do we like? I think I'm going to go with just a touch. Post number 8. Just a touch. That's who we're going with. Just a touch. Boom. Goon Squad, we got it. We got the winner. Just a touch. That's who we're going with. I'm putting the money down for all of us. Boom. Just a touch. Mark it down. Mark it down. Look at Houston. Look at Houston. I'm going with the porn star. Come on, Houston. Unbelievable. We're trying to win money. We're trying to win money. Think with your other head, brother. Jiminy Christmas. What are we doing here, people? What do we do? Actually, I might change. So it might be a last minute. The show's not over, so I might change. I just might change. But I like just a touch right now. 10-1, post position 8. Although, my man Ruben, I don't dislike Honor Marie. I don't. Good odd, 20-1. It can pay us. It can pay us. You know, I like what my man Ruben is talking about. I'm picking up what he's putting down. I am picking up what he is putting down. But right now, just a touch. That could change by the end of the show. Either way, Kentucky Derby is a great time, man. It is just a great time. So now, bring on the questions. Anything you got about anything, let's get to it. You want to talk about the Knicks? You want to talk about any other NBA playoff games or series like Dallas and the Clippers tonight? I think Dallas closes it out tonight. I think it's over. I think they smack them around. I think the Clippers will quit. They're looking to quit, and I think they're gonna quit, and it's gonna be all over. So, but look at my man Ruben. My man Ruben wanted me to go. Use them travel points and book the flight. I just might do that, Ruben. The problem is, now here's my dilemma on going home to Louisville. Louisville, not the biggest city. Got an international airport, but it's only international because it's the hub of UPS. So flying into Louisville, let's just say if I booked my ticket today and left today, $2,500 one way. No, it's probably round trip, but $2,500. That's how much it's going to cost for me to fly to Louisville. If I can get a flight, that's number one. But if I do, $2,500. And I'm just American, not first class, just $2,500. Yeah, I think I'm out on that. Spirit, I don't think goes to Louisville. So, Southwest, you got to fly 18 different places. I wouldn't even get there until the race was over tomorrow. So, but I can fly to Indianapolis. And Indianapolis is only an hour and 20-minute drive. Regular price is going to Indianapolis. That's what I did the last time when I went to the Derby. Flew to Indianapolis, rented a car, drove to Louisville. Boom. Easy. Don't put it past me, people. Don't put it past me. I might. I might represent the Goons Squad in Churchill Downs on Saturday. We will see. So we don't know. Pacers and Knicks prediction. I think the Knicks win the series. I think the Knicks are a better team. And I think they end up winning that series. It's going to be a good series, but I think the Knicks do. Yeah, exactly, Matt. I'm not going to have any money to bet at the Derby at those rates. Jiminy Christmas. I got to take a loan just to get a plane ticket out there. It's ridiculous. I had to take a home equity line of credit just to take a flight home. Yeah, Lee. Oh, well. My man Wakan, what's going on, man? He says, Big B, you think Najee Harris will get a new contract or will Pittsburgh look in the draft for a new running back? I think it's going to depend on how Najee plays this year. But if I had to bet money, I would bet that the Steelers go get another running back. Look, I like Najee. I think he works hard, and I think he's a good player. But I've never been overly, oh, man, we just got to have him. I've never been that guy. I thought it was a mistake to draft him in the first round. Not as bad as picking baby hands Pickett. But I thought it was a mistake to get Najee in the first round. And again, he's been productive. It's not like he hasn't been productive, but he doesn't have game-breaking speed. Anytime a hole isn't there, he's somehow figured out a horrible habit of trying to bounce stuff outside when he's not fast, he's not shifty, versus just, hey, there's no hole, I'm going to take what I can get, and that's it. Instead, he tries to bounce stuff outside, and he loses 4 yards. I think there's other running backs that we can get, and we don't have to pay as much. And here's what I will say. If the Steelers were willing to move on from Le'Veon Bell at his peak, when Le'Veon Bell was the top 1 or 2 back in the league, if the Steelers were willing to move on from that, then why wouldn't they be willing to move on from Najee Harris? That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to actually even make a post about that later. By the way, everybody, check out Steelers Almighty if you're not already doing so. It's on all platforms. Make sure you go and subscribe to Steelers Almighty. It's on every platform out there. We just started it 3 weeks ago. Steelers Almighty. But yeah, if you were willing to move on from Le'Veon Bell, then the Steelers shouldn't feel bad about moving on from Najee Harris, and they should absolutely do so. They should absolutely do so. So not picking up his 5th year, I think, was smart. So that's just my personal opinion. Houston, you lived in Fort Knox? 45 minutes from Louisville. Not far. Not far at all, brother. Not far at all. Now, I don't even know if it's 45 minutes. Probably 40 minutes. Easy drive. Easy drive from Fort Knox to Louisville. Easy drive. What's your take on Jalen Warren saying the special teams coordinator wants Justin Fields for kickoff returns in the new form? I mean, first of all, I thought it was just a joke. And I don't think that the special teams coordinator probably said it, but I don't think it was to be taken serious. I'm not sure why Jalen Warren would even say it. You're never going to have your backup quarterback out there. But it's been everywhere now. It's like, man, this must be a slow news cycle going on. There's no way anybody serious could take that seriously. But there it is. The second headline on ESPN for a day. Craziness. My man, Matt Hasselbring, who do you personally prefer at QB for Pittsburgh? I prefer Fields. I do. I just think I prefer Fields under this pretext that he beats out Russell Wilson for the job and plays well. That's what I prefer. Because if he does that, he'll get a new contract. He'll be our quarterback for the next decade. If Russell Wilson plays well, I'm not going to be mad. If Wilson wins the job and plays well, yeah, I'm not going to be mad. I just know he's not going to be our quarterback for the next decade. And so we'll have to go back into the barrel another 2 or 3 years from now and find a quarterback again. Because I don't think there's any way that Justin Fields just says, okay, I'm going to sit on the bench behind Russell Wilson for 3 years and then come be the starter. I don't think he's going to do that. Now, should he do that? Maybe. I just don't think he will. Houston, 9 months during his G.I. Joe years. Hey, man, everybody thank Houston for his service. Thank that man for his service. Not to mention he was in Fort Knox, close to the crib. But we thank you for the service from the Big B Daily Show. The Goon Squads love it. Thank you, Houston. Now that having said that, F those Knicks. Okay? F those Knicks. Make sure I let you know how much I thank you for your service and I appreciate you. F those Knicks, brother. That's my guy, man. Houston is my guy. He is my dude. He is my dude. And the thing that it is that's why I like, you can go back and forth with people and it never gets disrespectful. There's certain platforms, everybody's always so disrespectful. Me and him don't agree on anything. On anything. But, well, first of all, because it's New York everything, and as most sane people know, New York, as far as sports, garbage. Other than the Mets. The New York Mets, not garbage. The New York Mets. We're going to make a comeback. It's still early. I'm still holding out hope. I quit on the season a week in, but I'm holding out hope. But yeah, that's my dude, man. That's my dude. So, my man, Brevin, I hope Fields does get the job and turns up, coming from a Bears fan, man. Yeah. I don't know if the Bears did him dirty. I mean, Fields didn't play great there. Let's just be honest. He wasn't great. But I would have moved on if I were them too. I would have moved on. They like their line, although I think their line is still average at best. They upgraded. The Bears are trying to win this year because I don't think there's any way in hell that Keenan Allen is on their team next year. The Bears are trying to win this year. Okay, I get it. If you think Caleb Williams is that guy, then by all means. By all means. So I don't disagree with what they did anymore. I did before, but they seem to like their line. Okay. More power to you. More power to you. What else we got, man? What other questions we got? My man Ruben, who you see giving the Nuggets, Wolves a better series in the conference finals? Dallas or the Thunder? Dallas. If I had to pick right now, I think Dallas is going to win the series. I think experience is going to end up, it's going to bite the Thunder. Look, they didn't get challenged by the Pelicans. Like, the Pelicans didn't have enough to make the Thunder nervous. The Mavs do. The Mavs have enough to make them nervous. And I think experience matters. Now, are the Thunder more talented than the Mavs? Yes, they are. They are more talented. They have a better team than the Mavs. They absolutely do. I just think at some point, experience has to matter. Unless the Thunder are going to just prove the last, 75 years of NBA history and just say, nope, experience doesn't matter. We're that talented. If they do that, more power to them. More power to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to begrudge them. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, this is my derby outfit, man. This is my derby outfit. Who do you think, Ruben? Said the Thunder reminds me of 2012 when they had a better team, but they were young. Yeah. You're exactly right, Ruben. They had the better that's the thing. The Thunder had a better team than the Heat. I know the Heat had LeBron, and they had Wade, and they had Bosh. The Thunder were better their entire roster was better, but they were young. And then the Heat beat them. Now, LeBron was the best player in the world at the time, and he was on a mission, so I didn't think there was any way that they were going to beat him. But they were better. They were better. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. So let me get this pulled back up. Hey, just for a simple fact, anybody that was on the platform that keeps freezing up, there's a live link in my bio. Click on that link and come on over. Several people have been coming over. It won't happen again. There is a live link. There's no freezing. You don't have to worry about it. So click on that link and come on over. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. So, question. Who is must-see this weekend besides the Derby, I'm assuming? I've been only watching my squad. I don't know. I think, doesn't the series between the Nuggets and Minnesota, doesn't that start tomorrow? Yeah, I was going to say, the Nuggets in Minnesota, that's definitely must-see TV tomorrow. Definitely. And then Sunday, we don't even know if there's going to be any games. Because if the Magic lose to the Cavs tonight and the Mavs beat the Clippers, there won't be any games on Sunday. So it'll be Monday. But what you need to do, I think I've made a decision. I think we're going to stay with just a touch. Just a touch. That's who's going to win the Derby. Tune in, people. Tune in. And when you watch the Derby, here's the thing. You can't just watch the Derby and just sit on the couch and just, okay, they're running around. You can't do it like that. You can't do it like that. No. First of all, it's only 2 minutes long. Okay? So it's not like you got to sit there and watch this thing for an hour, like a NASCAR race. Something boring that lasts 3-4 hours of them just driving around. And nobody wants to do that. This is 2 minutes. Okay? The race comes on. I'll tell you how to do it. I'll give you, from a professional standpoint, on how to watch the Derby at your house. This is what you do. First of all, it's a necessity that you have an alcoholic beverage in your hand. Now, doesn't necessarily have to be whiskey or bourbon, but it should be bourbon. I mean, that's the drink of the Kentucky Derby, a mint julep. Mint juleps are way overrated, by the way. Way overrated. But get you something. And it can't be vodka. We're not doing vodka on the Derby. Okay? No. Dark liquor for the Derby. So you decide what you want. Maybe even a Maker's Mark. I wouldn't do no Hennessy. Lord have mercy, because you can't do that for the Derby. But get you a dark liquor, a whiskey or a bourbon. Okay? The race starts, you got it in your hand. First thing you do, you stand up. You don't say a whole lot. You don't do any crazy movements. The first thing you do, you just stand up. That's all you do. That's all you do. You stand up. They get down the first turn. You kind of see what's going on. You're watching because it's a race to the first turn. Okay, and you get to the first turn. Oh my God! First of all, what is this? This April H woman says get you ENJ. The one thing that I will say: nobody get Irk jerk. Okay, please, because I'm not going to be held responsible. Okay, for what happens to you. Okay, Irk jerk is a drink for anybody that's 21 to 22. Okay, nothing. If you're over 22, you can't drink that. Okay, so I'm not going to be held responsible. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming. So you get to the first turn. You're already standing up. You find your horse. You find who your horse is. Okay, that's what you do. You find them. You listen. You tell everybody, hey, man, be quiet. Don't say a whole lot, because the announcer on the TV is going to give you the position of every single horse all the way to the last horse. He'll give it to you. So you listen and find where your horse is at. Then they go down the backstretch. Yeah, and you start looking for your horse. You start moving a little bit. You start moving. You're like, okay, come on now. What are we doing? Where are we at? Let's get moving a little bit. Let's get moving. If they're behind, maybe you got a horse that comes from behind, but you want to see them start moving up a little bit. You want to start to see them moving up. Then again, the announcer, by the time you get to the last turn, the announcer is going to again give you the rundown of where your horses are. They'll give it to you twice before you get to the final turn. And so you start moving. So then you start seeing your horse. You're like, okay, let's go. And that's what you say, let's go. Let's go. You got to get on your horse. You literally tell a horse, you got to get on your horse. That the funniest, I'm telling you right now, you have to tell your horse, get on your horse. Not to mention, through the TV, they can hear you, people. Your horse can hear you. Your jockey can hear you. It crazy as it might sound, I'm telling you right now, they got whatever they got, some earphones, they can hear you. So you start talking loud. Hey, man, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. You get after. You got to get them after them a little bit. You get around to that final turn, and then you get into the stretch, and then it's a free-for-all. Maybe you've sat your drink down because you don't want to spill it. I usually sit my drink down because I get absolutely berserk. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. That you got to get after them, people. Again, the jockey and the horse, they can hear you. They can hear you. You got to get after them. Come on, man. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. You got to get after them. You got to get out. Yes. 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 That's exactly right. You got to give them energy. If you don't give them energy, how do you expect them to have energy? They're not going to have energy. You got to get after these people. Remember, you got money on the line. You got money on the line. These people are bullshitting. No, let's go. You get down to the 8th pole, and then it's a free-for-all. You're jumping up and down. You're screaming at the top of your lungs. Once they get to come up, because again, the race ain't over then. People think once they get to the middle of the track that that's where the finish line is. No, buddy. The finish line is further down. So once they get to the middle to where the camera angle is, it's further down than that. They still got race to go. Come on. And you're sweating at this point. You've lost your voice. As you can tell, I'm already losing my voice. Your armpits are sweating. Your forehead's beating. You're screaming at the TV. You're screaming at it. And most times, I'm about 4 to 5 feet away from the TV, screaming, yelling, getting after them. And if you win, you scream even louder. You run outside, you run around your house, and yes, yes, yes. You pour yourself a drink, and you relax. If you lose, oh, man, get out of here. That horse was garbage. And then you sit back down. And then you go about the rest of your day, no matter what, people. That's what I'm saying. If you can't get excited for 2 minutes, and by the look of some of you Goon Squad people, I don't know if your wives are in the room or not, but 2 minutes, that might be the best that you can do. You know what I'm saying? That might be all you got. I'm just throwing it out there. But if you can't get excited for 2 minutes, that's all you need. 2 minutes. Kentucky Derby, baby. I'm telling you. 2 minutes. So that's all you got. Now, a friend of mine a couple of years ago, I tried to get him to go to the Derby. He wouldn't go. I went, best time of my life. And now I take that back. One of the best times of my life. Incredible. Fun. Look at this. What are we doing here? If I don't win, I'm glue. Goon Squad, who the hell are you people? Lord have mercy. Who are you all? I don't get it. I don't get it. Either way, best 2 minutes of sports, no matter what. You're not going to get that much action and excitement in a basketball game, football game, baseball especially, racing, nothing. 2 minutes. That's all you got. You get bourbon, you get to drink, go buy you a crazy hat. Have some fun with it, people. We're going to shut this one down for today. I appreciate everybody being here. Kentucky Derby edition, man. Kentucky Derby edition. Just a touch. Post position 8. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. It's going to win. It's going to pop for us. I'm telling you right now, let Just a Touch win this Kentucky Derby. On Monday, you guys are going to hate me. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you now. If Just a Touch wins this Kentucky, the 150th running of the Kentucky Derby, if that happens, you guys are going to hate my guts. I can tell you right now, you are going to hate my guts. I'm going to be one of the most insufferable people on the face of the earth. I just am. I'm just telling you right now, man. Telling you right now. We appreciate everybody being here, man. We had a great week this week. I appreciate everybody showing up. Thank you. Again, like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Click the link on the bio. If you love the show and you want to support the show, there's a bunch of ways that you can do so. Until then, until Monday, we will see you later. Aloha.